Hello. Oops. Sorry. There you go. Okay. Let me just give me a minute. Let me go and fix this. Got the wrong lighting. The other one is too bright. It's going to make me feel look weird. Okay. Good evening and happy new year to everyone. We are entering into the brand new year of 2023. Hey, Kevin. Good evening. Happy new year to you and your family. I was a bit late because I had to put my girls, get my girls to bed and miss out of time as usual. Anyways, so today is the first edition of Ask Andrew Anything, which is a triple A, on email marketing. And if any one of you, uh, yeah, man, happy new year, happy new year, new year, new year, new year, new us. Hopefully hopefully that's true. Okay, can I run this? Oh, yeah. So if you're new to me, my name is Andrew. I name myself the email guy because email is what I do. And no, because nobody else is claiming it. So I'm going to claim it first. All right. So, and long and there's no sound. That's so embarrassing, isn't it? Okay, what is wrong? What is wrong? Uh, the setting is right. Audio is set to yes. Microphone correct. Camera is correct. Can any one of you let me know? Oh, it's okay now? Oh, okay, good. So I don't know where I drop off or where you miss it. But anyways, um, there is this form. You can fill it up. And let me go back to I think I know what's wrong. There you go. Okay. Kevin, my friend, can you hear the sound now? Oh man, this is the first time we've been running this and then I'm getting all this. The show must go on, nevertheless. Now, okay? Okay, so probably it's tied to one of the scenes that. Let me fix that later once we finish this. Okay, as long as you can hear me, that's good enough. So easy is asking how can I make my emails more effectively. So just in case, if you missed the earlier ones, we do email marketing because we want to grow sales. We do email marketing because we want to get closer to our customers or prospects, right? Without being salesy, without being aggressive, and without being a nuisance. So in order to do that, we then obviously need to add value and communicate what we do, communicate how we can help them, and communicate the benefits or the outcome of using our products or services. All right. So in a nutshell, that's what it is. So if you want to make your emails more effective to close sales, here are the fundamentals. Okay, Kevin, I'm going to block this off so that we can get more space, and we'll move this little mug face lower here. Okay, so let's start with this. Okay, in order for you to get more sales, obviously, right? The basic principle is you have to talk to the right audience. Okay, I think this is pretty obvious, right? So if you're going to sell, let's say an IT products or security products, for example, you need to know or you need to speak to the person who is responsible for this. If you speak to, let's say, a salesperson, although they work in an organization and they are nevertheless affected by an IT security case or situation or customer data breach or whatever it is, but they are not the right people, right? So you need to then target the right audience. So if I'm doing email marketing, I need to speak to people who are either doing email marketing or looking at it or responsible for marketing, specifically in the email part. But if I speak to somebody who is doing, let's say, media buying for Facebook ads and all those things, then my email marketing pitch or message may not resonate with them. So right audience is the first thing you need to get through. Second thing is, once you get the right audience, you then need to have the right content that addresses their pain or problems. I'm running short of space to write. Okay, let me reduce this to be smaller. Okay, let's extend here. And you agitate the problem, okay, or the pain, that if they don't take an action, for example, either buy your services or do something, then it will become worse in maybe a short period of time or long period of time. You know, for example, let's say if you don't do email marketing as part of your, let's say, B2B business, you're going to lose out to your competitors. Why? Because your competitors are communicating on a daily basis or weekly basis to your prospects or your customers while you are not. And people may forget you over time. Okay. So that's one. So once you have agitated the pain, then you need to then provide the solution, which is why the prospect should do business with you. Okay. So if you notice, this is what they call it the PAS method of copywriting, right? Problem, agitate, and solution. Okay. So once you have done the right content, then you have to, let me see, you have to have the right offer. Okay. I'm writing this down because just in case I forget, because I get nervous when I go online. So you have to have the right offer. Okay. So the right audience, the right content, and then the right offer. Okay. And then the other part is the affordability. BIL. Okay, I'm going to go slow today. All right. It's a new year. I'm going to go slow today. LITY. Right. Now, affordability is now, while you may not be responsible for whether the prospects can afford your services or not, all right. You know, you value your pricing, you value your product or services according to what you think. But generally speaking, you are not responsible for the prospect's affordability. But your responsibility is to then demonstrate that your price is lower than the value or the outcome that you're going to offer. All right. So if I say you pay me $100 and I'm going to give you like 110 in return for sales or whatever it is a very low price versus value proposition. But if I say if you pay me $100 and I can generate you maybe a million or 100,000 or whatever it is, then your price no longer becomes an issue because it is significantly lower than your value. So now you have this. Okay. So right audience. Okay, let me mark this. Right audience, right content and offer that addresses specifically the pain or problems. All right. You have to do that because otherwise they won't know. All right. They don't know which area that your products or services are are solving. Then you obviously you make the right offer. Oh, one more thing. This is important also at the right time. Okay. And then finally, then there's a pricing issue, which is the affordability. Now, when I say the right time here is, you notice if you are on my list, I generally email almost on a daily basis. Okay. That means 5 days in a week. And every day is a different topic depending on whatever offers I make or whether the education content that I provide. But generally speaking, I write often to my list. Now, that is because people have different needs at different time. So if I'm talking about email marketing, it may not be come across as being important to you. But in a week, let's say in a week's down the line, your marketing boss may call you and says, "Hey, we noticed that one of the components is missing from our marketing mix, and it's called email marketing. Can we do something about this?" Now you are triggered to actually find solution for it. Okay, but if I continue to email you on this subject, throughout the week, then eventually my message would then resonate with you because that's where you're looking at. Otherwise, you may not. Okay, so right offer and the right time in terms of number of emails you send and the frequency of emails you send is important. For B2B, they are kind of reluctant generally to send on a daily basis. So I would normally recommend on a weekly basis at the very least. If you can do 2 times or 3 times a week, great. But then it all depends on the audience. Okay. So certain group of audience, for example, they don't like too many emails. And certain group of audience they welcome. So also it boils back to the content you share. If your content is very salesy in general, then yes, people would definitely mark or bin your emails into spam. So you need to start with value. Okay, so why am I leaving this first portion empty? Now this is the important segment that a lot of us, myself included, at one point we actually miss. Once I've got the right audience and the right content and right offer, in order for me to get the right audience, I need to have, for example, whatever I do, let's say lead magnets, okay, or my attraction mechanism, okay, the stuff that will attract the right audience into here. Okay, so when I started doing this, or building my list about 2 years ago when I got into this business, okay, I was generally inviting people to join my newsletter if you're interested in email marketing because I'm going to offer tips and hacks and all things. But if you notice, email marketing is very general, okay? So even then, some of them are email marketing for e-commerce. Some of them are interested in email marketing to B2B or B2C. So there are niches between. So in order for you to do this and to get all this right, you then need to identify within your niche. Narrow niche, okay? Each of this audience. Okay, so for example, I just chatting with my client about half an hour ago. She has several products several services. She's a consulting business, and each of the business address different part of each of the products or service addresses different part of the business. So it is important to have different set of lead magnets for each of these niche. And once you do this, for example, let's say if I'm only targeting the CFO or finance people, so my lead magnet must call out specifically to this group. And once I have that, can I change the color? Once I have that, then when I flow here, I've got the right audience, I'm going to talk about the right content related to the finance or CFO space. I'm going to make an offer at the right time to them. And then the offer must be, ROI positive, all right? Or the whatever you do must be, the outcome must be measurable. And then you then have a sale. Now, the process here may take 1 week, or in my case, let me share with you. Today, I just received an email from a member from our list, and they have been a subscriber since February 2022, right? Technically from January. That means they've been with me for more than a year. Only today, after I calculated about 258 emails that I sent, only today they decided to reply back and request for a meeting. Okay. So if you're wondering how long does it take, yes, it can be as quick as 1 week and it can be as long as a year because it's the right timing and the right people. Okay. Email is a long game. It's not like ads where you place ads, you get response or you get people to reply because your ad creative is good, right? It is not that, but the beauty is you're keeping in touch with the customer throughout, and you're showing them that you are showing up almost every day or almost every week. And when the time is right, then it becomes easier. The sales naturally becomes easier as long as you have the right offer, right time, and it's affordable to the customer. Okay, easy. I hope I've addressed this for you. This is a bit of a mess. I hope you can see this. Any questions? All right. Any questions so far? You can type in the comment section. Let me see. Anybody else? No? Okay. With that in mind, I want to share with you something that I've done here. So I have, over the last couple of months in December, I look at my offers. Same thing in all of us. Basically, we review what we've done in the past year, what we did right, what we did wrong. There are a lot of things that I missed, and I have streamlined my offers for Done For You marketing into one place. All right. What you have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that's available. Each one is broken down in a specific part of email marketing. Okay. So go to this website or scan this QR code or go to this website, ants.digital/DFF, or which is basically Done For You, DFY, sorry. And have a look at which of the component of email marketing that you may need. All right. So I've just broken it down instead of doing everything. Obviously, there's one that does from A to Z, but not everybody requires that. So now what I'm doing, remember, easy. I am also looking at breaking into affordability and also making the right offers. Right. So I'm focusing on this part of the segment. And obviously, in the months and weeks to come, I'm going to look at here as well to narrow down for somebody who may be interested in email marketing, but specifically which portion of email marketing are they interested in. So there will be other link magnets or contents that I provide, which is going to be hyper targeted towards specific section of email. So on email marketing. So I'm doing exactly what I've drawn out in the what I call the diagram, and I hope you do so as well. That is how you can get maximum benefit out of it. And by virtue of doing this, okay, you then have what a lot of people are saying, segmenting your audience. You are essentially segmenting your audience by finding the right niche, okay, building the right link manner for this niche, specifically very targeted, and then you build the content according to it. All right. So a niche for CFO, for example, or finance is different from a niche of somebody in the marketing line or the sales line, right? And if you have different services for it, you then need to go break into detail in order for you to do that, and you have multiple emails. Okay. So and with that, thank you very much. I hope you have a great year ahead, and I'll see you again. Let me do a quick check and see whether there's any other questions. No. All right. So, Kevin, thank you so much, and every one of you. And if you're watching this on a replay, you can still reply to me, Andrew at ants.digital, or go to this page and send in your questions, and I'll gladly answer them next week. All right. Let me see. Can I auto scroll? Okay, Kevin, thank you so much. Have a good evening to all of you. And I'll see you again next week. Have a great year ahead. Cheers. Andrew Wong signing.